I do believe fall has arrived here in these environs. We've been getting lots of rain and it's overcast out there. The temperatures have finally dropped. Well, definitely dropped. I don't know if finally is really the word I want to use, since I'm not a big fan of winter and I would prefer we not do winter. If it was gonna come down to a shootout, I think spring is my favorite season. But that's neither here nor there. Hi everyone, my name is Kay, and this is my Cave of Possibilities. I have yarny nitty stuff to the left of me, cross-stitch stuff over there to the right that you can't see, and here I am, stuck in the middle with you. Princess is here today as per usual, and since I just got home from work, she's very intent in seeing what I am up to. Let's see, it's been kind of a slow couple of weeks as far as stitching. I know the week that I recorded my last Flosstube, I don't think I stitched the rest of that week. In fact, Palia, a game that I like to play, released a new little update of content. So I think I spent the rest of that week running around in a MMORPG, kind of like if Animal Crossing and World of Warcraft had a baby with no content. Anyway, I haven't been stitching a lot, but there is a few things that I have worked on, so let's look at those. We'll start with my Celtic Christmas. Let's turn this around, trying to decide the best way to go about this. So here she is. This is Celtic Christmas by Lavender and Lace, and one of these days I will get her done. There we go. Get rid of some of that glare. I have rolled her up a little bit because I have started beadings and put a handy dandy hand towel in there to keep cushion the beads. And on this side I have added several of the large motifs, and over here on this side I have added several of the small motifs, doing a little stitching and beading as I go, and they take a surprising amount of time. So I think, oh yes, I'll just be done with these in no time at all, and it turns out that I am not done with them in no time at all. But I think I'm about to roll the scroll so that where the dip there, where her elbow goes, is at the very top / bottom of the thing. So I will have a lot that I can work on before I have to roll the scrolls again. Since I am now going from the center up, I'm actually stitching her upside down. So that's why I move this all the way up. And that will be a great thing there. I'm stitching her with all of the called for flosses and beads, except I am using a Petite Treasure Braid Gold instead of the called for DMC gold, whatever that was. I quite don't honestly recall. So that is how Miss Celtic Christmas is coming along. We'll put her over here. Do you want to come sit up over here where the people can see you? Yeah? No? Alright. I finished off my magic wand. This is a Halloween piece by Primrose Cottage. I stitched this one with all of the called for colors, and I put it on, let's see, this is Dames of the Needle Almost Rain, and so it's kind of a bluey gray, grayy blue, and I think a little more gray would make it look really, really well. Other than me noticing things at the very last minute, I'm quite pleased with this and think it turned out quite well. It turned out really well. You know what, kitty? We're going to move our stack over here to in your spot. So I need you to move. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. It makes the putting down of things easier. The next little thing that I have been working on is Joy. This is from Shakespeare's Peddler. This is one of the 2005 Nashville releases. There we go, got the glare off. And I am stitching it with all the called for flosses. I am using, let's see, this is on a 28 count salted caramel or Russian caramel. One of those two from number 12 Stitch Co. They are out of Australia, and I saw their Etsy shop, so I purchased it from Etsy. I'm not sure if they're still shipping to the US because of all of the fun with tariffs, but this is a really nice, it's a really nice fabric. Great hand feel. I think the color is working excellently with the colors called for. I pretty much finished off this other half over here, and so now I'm moving below the half and I'm working on the bottom right quadrant. So there's where we are there. I was looking at the amount of floss that I have that I purchased. I only purchased one skein of each item, and I'm starting to doubt that I'll have enough of the parchment to finish it off. So I should probably buy the parchment sooner rather than later, so I can start blending the two colors if it is a bad match. So I must think about that. Let's see. The other project that I put a little bit of time into is the Colors of Water. Here it is for you to read in the native language. I cannot pronounce it, so I'm not going to try. Here is sort of a blown up color copy of the piece. Put these together, and here is, this is the way that the piece is oriented. But since my top left stitch goes the opposite way of Robin's stitch, I am stitching it rotated. This is a Robin project. I'm working on it for her since she has terminal cancer. All I did was fill in the little white here in this big blue block, and then work on the big gray fit frill down here. I didn't get a lot done. Like I said, I spent almost an entire week running around on my computer game, my video game, and not stitching at all. This is I'm using the called for silks. That was what was provided on a 36 count even weave, one strand, and it really is really nice. That's some mighty nice silk. I'm liking it a lot. When I do get my act together and actually stitch on it, because I'm stitching and not video gaming. We all have different hobbies. Okay, let's do that. Move this aside. And wow, just about done, because like I said, I haven't been stitching a lot. My mom did make me a few new project bags. So here's one of the project bags she put together with this funny bat trim that I picked up at Joann's from like 2015, 2014, something crazy like that. And it's all the same fabric line, most of it that was released in 2014, I think is the copyright date on it, maybe 2015. Anyway, but this one and the acorns are a new release, one that you can find the fabric for currently. And then she took some more of the two different strips that we had left over from different projects and cut them into squares and went to town and added spider webs to the top. So those turned out really, really cute. And then she had just random scraps of, you'll know this line. There's been lots of bag makers who have made bags and fabrics from that line. I can't think of the name right now. So she took a whole bunch of random scraps from that line and put them together into a white and purple Halloween bag for me. And so those are my new bags from Mom. And so I'm very excited to put a few projects in there and get started on them and try to decide what are we going to take with us to Stitch West. We are going to Stitch West here this weekend. So it is the 17th, 18th, and 19th. On the 18th, the university that I work for plays the big rivalry. And honestly, it's my least favorite football game of the entire season. The media hypes it up, and there's always, you know, the extremists on either part of the rooting for which team or the other, and they just make it an absolute misery. It's just an absolute misery. I would not be so sad if we never played each other again. In fact, that would be a vast improvement on my life, having to get all the costs put together for the football games. And this is one of the most expensive ones because we have to do extra security because all of the egging on, it's unpleasant. So I'm very, very much looking forward to Stitch West and not being in the stadium. My dad is going to take our tickets, and his best friend, business partner, they're going to go watch the game and have a great time. I'm going to stitch. Is that it, Kitty? No. We got a lovely shout out from Sin City Cross Stitcher. You guys should go over and check her out. She does a whole she stitches random eclectic stuff kind of like I do. So there was the Little Stitcher, there's Primrose Cottage, what else? I wrote down a couple of, examples of things that she stitches, and then I went and left my list at work this morning when I was, this evening when I was headed out. So yeah, you definitely should go over there and check her out. And I think that's everything, you guys. This is just going to be a short one, but probably more to talk about next time I record after I'll come back from Stitch West, and then Brooke is having her Witchy Stitchy party the Saturday after that. So that's 2 Stitchy parties to report on next time around. Okay. I hope you guys are doing well. I was watching Mini Philosophy thing today. I watch a lot of interesting thoughts and descriptions on what the world is or is not, could or could not be. And anyway, one set of philosophy was talking about people tend to live up to the expectations that you have for them or live down to it. And over the past 100 years, the expectation of human beings is we're violent and ornery and need to be watched all the time. Wonder how that narrative would change if it was us humans are trying to do good, and if we actually did try to do good. Would we have a less and less violent society if we expected less and less violence out of everybody? Have you seen our media where violence is A-okay? It's something interesting to think about. I don't think I can find the link. I'm not very good at linking and stuff. But anyway, that struck me today as some really interesting thoughts about philosophy. It even had a name, and of course I can't remember the name, but I wrote it down on my pad of paper of things to talk about today and left it at work. Bummer. All right. Once again, I love you guys. I hope you are doing okay and working on being the positivity that the world needs. Working on taking care of your neighbors. I can't fix the problem of somebody half across the country, but I can certainly take care of and love the people around me that I see every day. I hope you guys do so too. Hugs and stitches, everyone. Bye.